And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set up the camera in a way that we can check out some runouts. Hey guys, what's up? Mr. Surplus Nut, just bringing a review on a very important topic on reloading, and is measuring your overall length of your cartridge when you're reloading. And it's very important because that will determine the accuracy of your rifle, and also how good you were able to put your cartridge together. What I have here for this video, it's my Savage 10 FCP. It's the one that has the AHS precision stock. It's a very, very accurate rifle right out of the box. It has the full length aluminum bedding block, and it's also it's been glass bedded. So this rifle shoots extremely accurate, especially with reloads or match ammunition. What we're gonna need for this demonstration is a caliper. In this case, I'm using the Frankfurt caliper. Very good caliper. No problems with it since I've been reloading. I bought it right when I started, and it's been with me ever since. All I've had to do to it is put batteries in it. So we're going to need a caliper. We're going to use a 308 Winchester cartridge, loaded with B-Max 155 grain bullet, and also a single bullet for the test we're going to do. We're also going to need the actual tool, which is the Hornady overall length gauge. You can purchase this tool for different calibers, depending what caliber your rifle is in. You're going to receive it with a modified case. Okay, it's not going to have the neck resized, and the head of the case, in this case where the primer will go, it'll be threaded for you, so you can screw it on the very tip of the tool. It goes on there really nice. We'll go ahead and screw it already. Okay, so that's how it goes. That's how it looks. Okay, in this way you can. It's got this little turning screw here that ties down on your rod, that pushes the bullet right into the rifling, and like that you can measure the overall length of your chamber, so you can do your cartridge accordingly. Okay, so this thing, you turn it, it secures there, real secured, and it works really well. Another thing we're going to need that goes on your caliper is a comparator. Okay, this is to be able to figure out the ogive of the bullet, which in this case is this area right here of the bullet. Right here of the bullet, somewhere around here is your ogive of the bullet, which is the part that engages the rifling as soon as the bullet gets discharged out of the case, out of the neck of the case, and it engages the throat, or where your rifling or your lands start on your barrel, right out of your chamber. So this is very important. That's called the ogive, and this little tool here measures that. They sell this thing with another little set screw, bigger kind of like clamp down set screw here, to clamp down on one of your side of your caliper, and this end things here that has another little set screw there. They have a little pack that comes with all different types of whatever this thing is called here. It's to measure the ogive of the bullet, but in this case, this is I'm sorry, I don't have the name for it now, but you can research it or shoot me a PM, I'll get it for you. But they have this little opening there with different caliber. This is the one for 308. What this simulates is actually the actual beginning of your rifle, where the rifling starts, or the lands of your rifling, and that's where the ogive meets. That's I'm gonna show you now, right there. See that? So while I'm gonna explain this, I want you guys to think that this circle here, especially with the opening, is the beginning of your rifling on your barrel. So what we're trying to do here is figure out, let me get this cartridge that is completely been done. Basically, think this is like the beginning of your barrel, and this is the chamber. This cartridge is inside your chamber, and it could be just rammed up in there, barely touching it, 5 thousandths of an inch off, 8, 10, 12, 15. As you go further back in reloading, we call that jumping the bullet, meaning that the bullet gets fired and it actually comes out a little bit and it jumps into this opening here and it engages the rifling, and that's how it comes out of the barrel. Some rifles react in different ways. Some rifles like it touching the lands, which is called in reloading terms jamming the bullet. Okay, you don't have to kind of like reload it in a way that when you close your bolt, you have to struggle to close it. If that happens, you have issues. But basically, it'll go snug. Can be too much, but basically that'll be like touching your rifling right there. Now remember, every time that happens, you're gonna have more pressure overall. Okay, in the whole process here. So basically, this is for reloading. Remember, a round that is going to be kind of like touching the lands of your barrel, most likely that cartridge is not going to fit in your magazine if you're going to cycle the bolt and have the bolt carry the cartridge from the magazine into your chamber. Okay, so all there's a lot to learn on reloading. People think it's just to go and buy a Elite Challenger kit and start, and that's why there's videos on here on YouTube for people to learn all the little odds and ends and secrets. And I have a pretty good decent series of reloading videos if you guys want to watch them. If you're going to be criticizing, oh my god, they're so long, 19 parts. Well, if you want to just go and do a strainer on your target, and whenever you go shooting, that's fine. But if you want to get more groups, MOA groups, or quarter MOA, or like I call them to understand it better, dime size or nickel size groups, 5-shot groups, that's a different story. Okay, you have to pay the price and learn. Okay, because there's a lot of things. This is a science. Reloading is actually a science that you have to learn. It's not just getting a little book, reading it, and checking out a few videos on YouTube and start reloading. You can get killed doing that. Okay, so this is very important, especially especially this process that we're doing here. So that's why this is very important. You can reload if you're just gonna reload for hunting, to go shooting once in a while, pinkling, whatever they call it, and just like I'm saying, getting a paper target and make a freaking strainer or a fish net out of it, with holes everywhere, and come back like I see every weekend at the range. They come back with these big targets, and it's just holes everywhere. Like, oh my god, look at my groups. It's like, I wouldn't waste my time doing that, to be honest with you. Okay, anything out of a 1-inch group, it's a waste of time for me. And I'm sorry that I'm being so bold, but I'm not gonna go through the expense that I go through, even though I do it to save money and it's fun. but also it's got to be productive. You know, I'm not going to waste my time reloading to go and accomplish what I can do by buying factory ammo. There's just no sense in that. Okay, so basically, these are the tools we're going to use, and these are the tools you're going to need. A comparator, depending on your caliber. This is 308. I only reload for 308. And like I'm saying, this is like where the barrel begins, that opening, and that's where the bullet is going to sit right out of your chamber. Whether it's touching it or not, that depends on how you're going to reload it. And that's going to determine the accuracy of your rifle. Okay? So that is very important. Again, if you don't really have to do this in the whole process of reloading. Okay, but again, some people reload for hunting, some people reload just for wasting time. You know, I mean, I don't have time to waste time. So again, you know, I mean, if you're gonna do this, I will go all out and reload to get the most accuracy that you can out of your reloads. Okay, so basically we'll come back to this and we'll go ahead and finish up on the second video.